Over the course of my presidency, our recovery has now created 7.9 million jobs. More jobs created over the first 14 months of any presidency in any term ever. And that's striking.
That's President Joe Biden touting today's job report. 431,000 new jobs added in March, and the unemployment rate dropped to 3.6%, tying its lowest level since 1969. Wages increased for workers by 5.6% over the past year, but rising wages didn't meet the rise in prices over the past year. Goods are nearly 8% higher compared to a year ago, not to mention near record gas prices. And rising costs on everything from food to electricity means that Americans are getting pinched across the board. And if you're in the market for a new car, that's going to cost you a lot too. The average price for a new vehicle now above $46,000. I'm joined now by the car coach, Lauren Fix. Good to have you here. So the average car price, $46,000, and used cars also at record highs. So what are people supposed to do when they're struggling to pay the bills?
Well, that's the problem. And so when it's easy to say, go buy an electric car because the cost of gas is high, but if you can't afford $5, $6, even $2 or $3 a gallon of gas, well, things have gone up dramatically. We're now talking like $7 on the West Coast. I just saw that myself. Here in New York State, we're looking at $5 a gallon. You can't just suddenly go, I'm going to go buy a new car. And so that's where the issue comes in. And you tell people, what can you do? You need to keep your existing car and maintain it. And that's what a lot of people are doing because it's just too expensive to buy a new or used car.
Does it pay to buy a lease?
Well, it does pay to buy out a lease, depending upon what you have. So when you get the lease, there's something called edge to edge. Whatever's on that piece of paper is what your buyout amount is. And it's really important that you find that paper and read it because some dealers are not exactly being honest. They're saying there's additional costs or you have to trade it in. You do not. Whatever it says in that piece of paper is what you pay. So if it says your buyout amount is $30,000 and there's a $500 buyout fee, then that is what it is. And the nice thing about that is if you go and find the values on Kelley Blue Book or Edmunds or Auto Trader, you'll find that the vehicle that you have is worth a lot more than what your lease trade-in amount is.
We're looking at beautiful traffic. It looks like the 405 in LA. People just sitting in their cars. So if you're lucky enough to afford a car, you need gas. You just mentioned these gas prices at near record highs. Right. So how are car companies adapting?
Well, car companies are offering better fuel-efficient vehicles, hybrid vehicles, plug-in hybrids, they call them PHEVs. In addition to that, they're offering electric vehicles. Now, there's more electric vehicles out there, partly because they have to make them because of the corporate average fuel economy, or they get fined by the EPA. So they are making electric vehicles. They do not make profits on these electric vehicles. But if you're considering an electric vehicle, I ask that before you go and sign on that bottom line, contact your insurance agent. Find out what the costs are for the insurance. It is higher than that of a comparative in gasoline or a hybrid. In addition, you'll need a charger. Now, if you have a garage, that's great. The chargers are anywhere between $1,000 and $5,000. Of course, depends what goodies you want on it. But the install requires an electrician. It has to be a certified electrician. It's about $2,000. I just had one installed in my garage, and I was shocked when I got the bill. And then on top of that, keep in mind that tires wear out quicker on an electric vehicle because they're heavier than it would on a regular gasoline-powered vehicle. So just things you need to keep in mind. Yes, you don't have to change the oil, and that's the savings. But if you don't have a garage charging, you'll need to find charging, and that can be expensive. So make sure that you do all your math, not just the cost of the vehicle.
It's kind of like buying a new phone. You know, it's supposed to make your life easier, and then you have to buy all of the accessories again that go with it.
Exactly.
And these new emission standards require 40 miles per gallon by 2026. Do you think that's feasible? And are we all going to be end up paying even more for vehicles?
Well, actually, it's not feasible. Currently, it's 34.5 miles to the gallon for the corporate average fuel economy, and only one car company actually meets that number, and that's Honda. And it's because they don't sell a lot of trucks. They sell a lot of cars and SUVs that are fuel efficient. So if you're going to raise that number to 40 or as high as 49 miles to the gallon, which is the goal of this administration, car companies can't meet that number. They can offer electric vehicles, but if people aren't buying them, then they're not going to sell them, and they'll have to offer even more incentives, which could be good for a consumer. But right now we have a chip shortage, we have a rubber shortage, we can't get wiring harnesses. So right now, if you can find a car at the price that it says on the window sticker, you're lucky. Many dealers are charging for more than that. So you really need to kind of look at the bigger picture and decide, what works for you, what's your lifestyle. There's just so many factors, especially with the cost of a car being so much more. Before the pandemic, it was $34,000 for a car. Now we're looking on average at $46,000. That's a huge dramatic increase. Along with inflation across the board, it's impacting everyone. So don't make yourself car poor. That's my best advice.
And the supply chain issues. I'd love to talk to you again in 10 years when I buy a new car. Thanks for coming on, Lauren Fix. Appreciate you.
Anytime. Thank you.
I mean, that really is that's the difference between putting food on the table for a lot of families in America.
Well, sure. You think about right now, the average American's paying $5,000 more per year for everything they bought last year than they are buying this year.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.